Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another MPJ new rock album review show. I'm your host Nigel. Welcome to Trish, to Lauren, and to Andy. And apologies from Trish, from Chris and Paul, who can't make it. Yeah, you're here. You're always here. Or apart from a couple of months that you weren't here. So, did I mention that? No? Okay. Cool. Thank you very much. Welcome again, panel. Today, if you are tuning in for the first time, we review the latest rock albums, rate them out of 5, see if they get into our Hall of Fame, maybe even to our Album of the Year. Now, we're over halfway through. We've reviewed 562 albums and 100 albums so far this year, which is quite incredible. Thank you very much for my panel. Today, we are reviewing Hot Milk and their album Corporation P.O.P, Pop for short. Now, they are a returning band. We have reviewed Hot Milk before in the past, not Lauren and Andy obviously, but Trish did. A Call to the Void was their previous album, and I wasn't a fan. I thought they were very much Green Day-ish, looking back on my notes, and they nearly made it to the Hall of Fame. They got a 3.75. Will Corporation P.O.P. better that? Will it get into a Hall of Fame? Will it not be as good? Trish, a welcome return for you or not?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
I really enjoyed their previous album, Call to the Void, so I was looking forward to this release 2 years later. The opening track, How Do I Make the Devil Fall Asleep, works great as an opening track. As the album progresses, they show that Hot Milk are back. They mean business and are giving a lyrical social commentary on topics relevant today. I love the snippets when she talks. Her Manchester accent just brings a smile to my face. This album is full of bangers. I really loved Warehouse Salvation. It's a great addition to their album collection, and I really hope it propels them onto bigger things. And another must-see live band for me. Fantastic job.
Andy, first time for Corporation for Hot Milk?
Absolutely, and there's a lot to enjoy with it. I really dug this album actually. High energy, lots of attitude. It's got a degree of playfulness, but that playfulness is backed up with even bigger degrees of anger. It's a very political album, obviously. They're shouting about an awful lot of stuff out there, but maybe there's an awful lot of stuff out there to shout about. It said it's their second album, so it does build probably on that, without a doubt. Still a little bit raw, a little bit unpolished, maybe a little tiny bit, but they look good, they sound good, and I really want to hear quite a lot more from them. I really like Insubordination England. It's got that sort of punk British attitude which comes through from it, which, there's a long pedigree of that. Can be all the way from the Sex Pistols onwards and everything like that. Really good to listen to, about it. A lot more about Americanism out there, and everything like that, which comes through. So I really dug it. I thought it was great. Good album. Album of the week, album of the month for me, without doubt.
Lauren.
Yeah. So again, this is one that I've had advertised to me through my social media and stuff like that. And unlike the hot milk my mother would give me to put me to sleep when I was younger, this woke me up. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And wow. Having listened to it even more since I scored it, my score would probably change. Because it's one of those things where in my notes I've got, only reason it hasn't got what it has is the whole album didn't make it into my personal listening. But I can easily see it doing that within the next week or so. My main note that I've got in big capitals at the bottom is Stank Face City. It just was sensational. It made me wish I'd listened to them sooner and actually got stuck in when they first came on my radar. The Mancunian influences with the accent and everything is just fantastic. I love it where you can really get to grips and hear where they're from without having to dive into like their biopics and stuff like that. I love that you can hear influences of other bands, like some of it sounded a bit Linkin Parky in places. That there was a real heavy flavour here and there that I really enjoyed. Even down to the sections where there is a bit of screaming and stuff. it's the sort of screaming I really enjoy. And it had the right balance for me between the melodic singing, if you want to call it that, and the screaming. And I just thought it was sensational. Like, How Do I Make the Devil Fall Asleep? What an Open. Insubordinate England. Total Yob Rock. I loved that. It was really brilliant. That was my favourite track from the album. And the American Machine, like that trifecta, all of the album is brilliant, but that trifecta to open an album has genuinely really impressed me. Like the American Machine and some of the lyrics in it, like, you're half the world away from me and that's still too fucking close. Like, what a set of lines. Like, that is, that's superb. But yeah, I was genuinely really impressed. Like, it's definitely confirmed for me that I'm not lactose intolerant. Hot Milk was sensational. I absolutely brilliant. I really hope it makes it up there, because if so, it's going to be one of the ones on that list of the end of year review show that I'm going to go, oh, let's strap in, let's go for it again.
Wow, there's more than one Hot Milk is what I've got to say. And how do I make the devil fall asleep? Well, you give them some hot milk. Of course you do. So it's obvious, isn't it? But I don't think giving this sort of hot milk is going to make you fall asleep. It's going to slap you in the face and wake you up. And I was delighted by this album, because my previous notes, I thought they were very much, I didn't give a very high vote at all at the time, and I very thought much they were in that kind of Green Day kind of heavy indie kind of rock, and I just didn't get into it. This is like, they've moved on. This is much heavier, kind of new wave, kind of rock and roll, in your face elements of there. People say I don't like screamo. I love metalcore in this, where it does accentuate in moments, which is what this does. So don't ever say that I don't like that. I thought this was a cracking album. Loved it. Loved it. Right up my alleyway, right into that kind of that blend. There's a little bit of heavy indie rock in there, but they've moved away from that kind of Green Day sound, which I thought, maybe I was wrong, but I felt it was much heavier and much more, modern kind of heavy rock and roll, man, with really cool lyrics, with such a variety of musicality within the album as well. It wasn't just kind of a one-trick pony in that way. And I love my albums that have that, not a huge amount, don't put jazz in there type of thing, but that sort of slight mixing of kind of genres. Really good. Loved it. Cracking album. Definitely a massive improvement for me. I mean, massive improvement for me. Might even double my score from the last one, but there we go. Right, will it be enough to get into our Hall of Fame? Will it be enough to get into our Album of the Year? Who knows, because the clock is ticking. We're in the second half of the year now. Let's find out then, shall we? Trish?
I gave it a 5.
5 from Trish. Lauren?
I gave it a 4.5.
Ooh.
But if I could score it again, it would be a straight up 5.
Andy?
I gave it a 4, but I kind of wish I gave it a 4.5, really.
Really?
Hey-ho.
Okay. Right. Chris gave it a 3. Paul only gave it a 3.5. I absolutely love this album. I give it also a 4.5. Really good. Absolutely fantastic. So this album got 4.4 altogether. So it would have. It's getting to our top 20, I think. Hold on a second. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's going to be in our top 20 albums of the year so far, which is amazing.
I hope it stays there.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Absolutely. I think it'd be fantastic. So really good album. Congratulations. Into our top 50 albums of all time anyway. So from that perspective, but yeah, absolutely cracking album. Absolutely brilliant. So there we go. Fantastic. Okay, thank you very much. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Hit the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment below. That'd be amazing. In the meantime, thank you to Andy, thank you to Lauren, thank you to Trish, and thank you to our missing compatriots. I hope you get well soon. Goodbye, and keep on rocking.